Sanggu, I'm going to sign a contract for a small apartment, so pack your things and come out of that house right now. Why do you like that place? Hey, brother Yeonchol is there, and the people in that house treat me so well. They even give me kimchi, you've seen it too. We said we're distant relatives, so there's no need to be cautious. Why are you telling me to leave? Sanggu, do you know who the son of that house is? It's Pil Sung. Yes, Pil Sung. He's the one who took away Arjundan's position as the eldest son. Why did Yeonchol's son take away Arjundan's position? Sanggu in disbelief asked Egyo. I told you before, right? My friend is the wife of the chairman of a company. She had a child with her ex-boyfriend and married Gong Jintaek. She gave birth to a child and intentionally abandoned the child in that house. They raised him as their own son. That's a ridiculous thing. How can she sleep with another man and the chairman accept the child as his own? So Sanggu, let's leave that house. We know that Jindan and that house have a bad relationship. Go home and tell them you're leaving. Yes, Egyo, I'll do as you say. How can something like this happen in the world? Sanggu couldn't contain his anger after hearing Egyo's words. Now, another child secretly born to Jintaek's wife is blocking Jindan's path. Sanggu pondered how he could get rid of those stubborn people. But now Sanggu is in a state of having nothing. He had already spent all his assets on the hit-and-run incident, so it was impossible to create another plan. So Sanggu decided to plan for the future and first decided to leave the room. He immediately went to Gumja and Sunyong and told them that he would vacate the room. Gumja and Sunyong were surprised and asked why there was any inconvenience, but Sanggu couldn't say that he was leaving because of Pil Sung. He simply said that a better house came up and he was moving. Upon hearing the news, Yeonchol also headed to the room where Sanggu was. Sanggu, did you say you're leaving the room? Yes. Why? Was there any inconvenience at home? No, now I want to move to a better house too. But Hyung, should I tell you something? I heard it from Hong Egyo. She said that your son Pil Sung is going to become a chairman and an adopted son. I didn't know you were that kind of person. No matter how good the money is, how can you use your son like that? Yeonchol listened to Sanggu's words with a shocked expression. It was clear that Egyo had spoken ill of Pil Sung to Sanggu. It was clear that he was upset that Pil Sung became an adopted son and successor instead of a distant relative. But saying that he was his son was going too far. Yeonchol felt tears welling up inside him upon hearing the accusation of selling his son. He went home and immediately told Sunyong and Gumja about it. What? Did you say that Sanggu said something about money and son? Gumja couldn't believe it. Sanggu never looked at us like that. How can he say such hurtful things without knowing the facts? So the atmosphere in the house became tense for a while. Then Sunyong spoke heavily. But wait, something seems strange about Egyo's words. As far as I know, that house doesn't have any relatives. Even when Egyo's mother passed away, there wasn't a single relative, so Sunyong and I stayed by her side all night. I clearly heard Egyo crying and saying that there wasn't a single relative to comfort her. But how can Sanggu be that distant relative? You know, they're classmates. Ask them if Egyo has any relatives. It's so strange. Sunyong held hands with Gumja, wondering how Egyo and Sanggu could be seen as relatives. It's an affair. Hong Egyo is lying to us. She insulted our Pil Sung because her son couldn't become an adopted son of the chairman and went to her lover to curse at our Pil Sung. It's obvious. Let's make sure that they can't say a word to Pil Sung when he goes to that house. Let's make them regret it. But Sanggu didn't seem like an ordinary relative to Egyo. There was a sticky atmosphere between them, so Sunyong called a classmate and contacted them on her phone. Hey, it's me, Sunyong. I called because of Hong Egyo. As far as I know, she doesn't have any relatives. But a few days ago, Hong Egyo introduced a man as her distant relative. Sunyong spoke in a calm voice, and quietly, Sunyong listened to her classmates' words and responded a few times. A few minutes later, she pressed the end call button on her phone and opened her mouth wide. Mom, Egyo's classmate said she doesn't have any relatives. Hong Egyo's father and mother both said they had no relatives because of the war. It seems like her mother's words were true. Yes, I thought so too. Let's wait and see. Indeed, Jin Sang-gu and Hong Egyo are not distant relatives, and it's 100% certain that they are dating. But why did they lie to us and say they were relatives? Did Jin Sang-gu say he had a son with Egyo? I recently found out that the son he mentioned was Jindan. Oh no, could it be someone else? No, Yunchol. Jin Sang-gu was talking about Jindan. Didn't the chairman's wife not pass away because of Egyo? She went crazy because of Egyo's affair. Gong Jintek must have known about it. We can't just keep it hidden now that we know. We must make Hong Egyo pay for her deception. Then, Yeonchol and Sonyoung left the house with determination.